Right, time for another One Punch Man discussion, and this one is really interesting, and surprisingly not anyone has made this specific video before, which of course is really surprising considering what the question of this video is, which is Saitama stronger than Blast? Now, before we actually get into that, I would appreciate it if you drop a like on this video because it really helps the video get recommended and what else, and all that YouTube stuff. But when talking about who is stronger out of Blast and Saitama, the first answer that immediately pops into my head is Saitama. I don't know if this was the same for you, but maybe Blast was the first one out of Saitama and Blast to pop into your head. Tell me in the comments which one out of Saitama and Blast first popped into your head. As I've said already, Saitama was the first one for me, and to be completely honest, I think it's fair that a lot of people would actually say Saitama at first, because so far in the series, Saitama has shown ridiculously incredible feats. For example, he literally punched a meteor into bits. He's also defeated multiple demon level and above monsters without having to break a sweat. The most impressive fight he's won so far being Elder Centipede and Boros. And just a quick spoiler warning, the next fight Saitama won has not been adapted for the anime, so you have been warned. And the other fight being his overwhelming win against Monster King Orochi. Saitama has clearly shown time and time again that he's far above anyone else in his verse, whereas our perception on Blast's power is purely based off of hype surrounding him and the level of respect every hero has for him. Blast has been stated to defeat Elder Centipede and forced it to retreat, which is obviously a very impressive feat, because if you didn't already know, Elder Centipede is quite a high level dragon threat, but the difference between Blast's encounter with Elder Centipede and Saitama's encounter with him is that Saitama was able to destroy Elder Centipede in one hit, which Blast wasn't able to do. It was stated that he only nearly killed Elder Centipede and caused it to run away, which suggests that it took Blast longer to actually almost kill Elder Centipede, whereas our boy Saitama just killed it with one freaking punch. And obviously I know people won't be completely convinced by this one example because the levels of hype surrounding Blast is way too high to just be easily convinced that he's way weaker than Saitama. If we're going off the manga, then to be honest, not much has really changed. Although we got more information on Blast in the manga, there isn't a clear showcase of feats that convince me he's stronger than Saitama. Apart from completely annihilating from what looks of it is a demon level monster in one punch or one attack, and it's not like this is a particularly impressive feat. We've seen multiple S-class heroes do the same to demon level monsters, which again leaves us in this weird position of knowing too little about Blast's true strength. Considering how much hype surrounds this man and how much respect every hero including Tatsumaki has for this man, I'm definitely assuming Blast had also broken his limiter, because let's be completely honest, if you're the #1 hero, which is a place above the strongest Esper in the world, Tatsumaki, you must be a complete monster, because Tatsumaki, I don't believe, has broken her limiter yet, but regardless of that, her abilities are ridiculous, and there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that Tatsumaki is a high dragon level threat or even a low god level threat. So for Blast to be placed above her is a feat in itself. Moreover, Blast has been stated to come to humanity's rescue when the Earth is in danger, which suggests that he's able to take down these said monsters that are the risk to the Earth. But again, these are just things we've heard characters say. This may just be a personal preference, but I prefer to actually see the feat being shown rather than just hearing this character is capable of this or this character is capable of that or whatever. It's just a lot more concrete when we see it being showcased, which is why I'm leaning towards Saitama actually being stronger than Blast. Blast of course has his own recognition, but as I've said earlier, he has not shown us any ridiculously incredible feats, which is why I could never say he's stronger than Saitama. Many people like to just assume both of them are at the same level in terms of strength, but I honestly don't think that's fair on Saitama's part, because Saitama has shown us multiple times in the series that he's surpassed what's even considered strong in the One Punch Man verse. But Blast, although he's talked about in incredible ways and is portrayed as this huge figure that can defeat literally anything, even against a monster that both him and Saitama fought, he failed to replicate or surpass what Saitama did to Elder Centipede, which in my opinion is the best way to gauge who is stronger. I know a lot of you may disagree and say we cannot base it off one fight. I would say that's the only fight where we can sort of get a grasp on who is superior in terms of strength between Blast and Saitama. Let me just get this straight. Blast is by no means a weak character. I'm sure the only person that comes close to Saitama in strength is Blast. The title of this video is who I personally think is stronger, and the conclusion I came to, if you can't already tell, is Saitama. Saitama is made to be a ridiculously overpowered character, and of course one knew he had to include another character that is considered to be on the same level as Saitama to keep the story interesting but at the same time funny. Without Blast, there's no one I really think could ever hope to match Saitama, which is why, although we haven't seen much of Blast, he's still a very important character to the story. God is another character that is still shrouded in mystery, and from what we know so far, God is capable of granting people powers, which obviously means he's definitely an entity that deserves no less attention than any of the main characters, or even more than the main characters in the series. I see many different ways the One Punch Man story could come to a close, and every single one of these outcomes involves either God, Blast, or of course the main character, Saitama. I should honestly not state them right now because to save it for future video ideas, of course, content, you gotta do it for the content. I also feel like people would be really interested to see how others imagine the One Punch Man story finishing. But apart from that, the answer to this video is yes. From looking at feats shown, Saitama definitely takes the win for this one. If you like the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe with notifications turned on and set to all. And apart from that, I will see you in my next video.